me feeling like I'm academics.
Yo, chat, do you think they love me in Atlanta? I think they do. I hope they do. I really hope they love me in Atlanta. I get a feeling that some people feel like when it comes to Atlanta stuff, they're like, yo, you know what? Ak is not, he's not giving the talking points that we probably want. And I don't have anything against Atlanta, right? Like, you know, just for the record, like, I don't have a problem with Thug. I don't know why Selena's called me. Something happened with Selena, why she's called me. I don't have a problem with Thug. The whole thing seems to be this. And I want to also speak to Thug today. Thug, my dude, brother, for the love of God, man, you got to kill that ego you got. You've never came off really egotistical when it comes to music, but you got an ego. I know you do. Because you keep doing things, and I don't think you're, you know, when Meek used to do things that was obviously wrong, people could easily say, yo, Meek is just not that smart. I don't think Thug is like some nimwit. What I think is that Thug has his ego, and that ego has fueled a lot of things behind the scenes. That's why he's unwilling to kind of like let go of certain things. With all due respect, and I'm not a street dude, but I can say this confidently to Thug. Thug. Nobody's going to boycott you forever because you were on the phone call saying, yo, take my number. You could tell me the world. You could call me the world. You said a bunch of things. Even though people are really skeptical of you, no one is going to like not fuck with you ever again. But it is a wake-up call that maybe you should have some humility and probably stop trying to be that person who is like the representative and the aficionado of the streets. You're way more talented than that. Like, never in a million years would you tell me that if people told Young Thug, a guy who wore a dress, a guy who he was always eclectic in terms of music he made with people, like he made music that you could hear at raves. Like, this guy's really like all around talented. That if you told him that maybe he can't be the aficionado of who's a snitch or not, he would completely unravel. Thug, respectfully, your whole city is suffering because of you. 21 Savage is my guy. And it's not a conversation I had with him. Well, I kind of did tell him, but part of the reason why I think his album got looked at in a certain light, because they looked at what he said as maybe a defense of you. The people who supported you, it's the reason why Wham wasn't picking up the phone. Because he stood so 10 toes down for so long, and when you got out and people heard those calls, people started looking at him to say, are you going to cut him off too? And he still made the brave decision because he fucks with you. He loves you. And this is my thing with Thug is what Woody once said. If Thug is a great leader, and he is a leader, he's one of the leaders of Atlanta, you got to cherish the people who would risk it all for you. And all I can see him doing now is still ego and power trip. Going at Ralo. Going at... Brother, I keep telling you, not one time have I heard Thug just say, listen, man, I was in such a fucked up place. I'm glad to be back. I'm, getting married to my girl, Mariah the Scientist. Listen, I want to leave this stuff behind me. Yes, I do have personal feelings among certain people who are involved, but I don't have to fucking just go all out, and I don't have to do a campaign against them. It is what it is. I think that would be the right way to go. Instead of what Thug does, Thug is actively out there still trying to, dog whistle to the streets about who's real and who's not. He has to cut it out. Thug, I'm telling you. I'm not against Atlanta, but you need to understand where we're at. You're not impervious. You're not just innocent and pristine anymore. Just be realistic. Just make some music. You don't need to call people out. You can still talk your shit. But Young Thug is holding back every single rapper in Atlanta because his ego refuses to not let him die on the hill of calling other rappers out. Brother, every time you call out Ralo, people are going to call out the fact that Savage said to you on the phone, we knew that Gunna was ratting back then and we didn't say nothing. You look crazy. So you can't call no one out. Why do you need to do like it's one of the things that, and this is why I think Atlanta, unfortunately, I hate to say it, I think Atlanta's done. Atlanta is done because they will never ever get people to buy into what they have because they're all living a lie. What's came out so far with Atlanta, it's either you're going to acknowledge it and move different, or you're going to be in denial and people are going to bring it up every time you do something that to keep perpetuated. So you want to call out Woody and Ralo, but you knew Gunna was a rat the whole time? They're never going to forget that. And maybe Young Thug is going to prove me wrong. He has such great, you heard my Jamaican accent? Come on. He has such great lyrics that people are like, oh my God, no, his lyrics were so good. We don't give a fuck anymore. But I highly doubt that. So I want to play where this came from, okay? There's an origin to this. So, and again, I'm not from Atlanta, and I get it. People might be like, I'm biased because, me and Baby don't get along, it's whatever. But I think I'm being honest with all this. Young Thug, 21 Savage, Lil Baby. I'm not saying y'all gotta forgive Gunna, forgive Ralo, and forgive Yak Gotti, or forgive Lil Woody. But what you need to do is either forgive them, move on and grow, which I think people would like. I think that'll be a W move. Or you need to ignore them. And what, they're doing their thing. I see Ralo, he's building houses. He's like, Ralo's kind of an entertaining guy. Like, he's kind of like, he's talking some true shit that people like. Let him rock. You don't got to deal with him. But every time you speak against them, you expose or open up the conversation what makes you different from them. You sat down with law enforcement. You said, take my number. I'll tell you the world. You said, well, I don't know about that, but he sell drugs. He do this. Again, I don't think you're nothing, but I don't think you're a snitch or whatever. Who cares if I think you're a snitch? The point is that the reason why Atlanta looks weird, y'all are still playing gangsta and still acting like you're on gangsta timing, but there is nothing that's congruent about your shit no more. Oh, you don't like snitch? You don't like snitches? Okay, we'll give you 15 examples. And then even Lil Baby jumping in here. Because you're going to see Lil Baby jump in and be like, oh, well, there's a reason why, I don't fuck with you. And people are going to call out Lil Baby to say, well, yeah, you cut off Gunna, you cut off Ralo, but what do you think about Thug? You haven't spoke about that yet. Babe, I shouldn't even give you no advice because I love your failure, honestly. But I'll give you a prediction. I'm like Miss Cleo. Your next album is going to be you trying to explain why everybody else is bad and Young Thug is cool. If you keep talking about it.
I got a trivia question.
So, let me play these clips that kind of led into this new conversation, all right? So, Young Thug posted up a video, and actually, let's get way before that, right? Way before that. So, you're going to see Young Thug tells Ralo to shut the fuck up, okay? And the reason why he tells Ralo to shut up is because Ralo was starting to explain, like, I ain't gonna lie, Ralo been explaining a lot on stream about how Atlanta is. And I want you guys to hear how he explains it. Check this out. Ralo, Thug, here we go. We're gonna get the video, Okay, here we go. So, there's this idea that people are like, we seen the trial, they're like, shit, I think Young Thug is a pretty big gangster, whatever. But Ralo, who lives in Atlanta, he's in the streets, he went to the feds, he's coming out and he says, yo, Young Thug isn't as gangster as people think. This is what he said. Check this out.
Me, Wham, and see, Thug made it in the rap game early on before me, Wham, and anybody. Like, Shawty was one of the ones that came out the city that popped it with motherfucking Rich Homie. He was the first nigga that from Atlanta, in my opinion, to even get embraced by Birdman and them. You smell me? A nigga that I actually knew from Club Crucial and the team clubs, that shit was like amazing to us. To me. I can't speak for nobody else, but I'm like, damn, my op, this nigga I went to war with, I went to war against, you know what I'm saying? He would, damn, I'm still cheering the nigga on. I'm like, at least he got in that motherfucker, man. That's cool as fuck. But my motherfucking mind ain't on rapping at this time. Like, I don't even thinking about it. Gotta go back to the trap. Gotta go back to the dope, man. I gotta re-up. I got shit to do. So when I succeeded, he also saluted me. He succeeded in the dope. I mean, the rap game. I succeeded in the dope game on a major level. He gave me rap support, and I gave him that street nigga campaign to co-sign. You know what I'm saying? Although he needed, he had white fans and shit like that, but still being a nigga from the trenches that make it in the rap game, you still want to be able to have that street alliance. But he knew this. So for when he go to trial and shit and they making him out this gangster, I'm knowing Thug got that type of nigga. I'm knowing Big Boo and like every nigga that probably did a couple of trouble things in their life. They're just as a young man, you know what I'm saying? But come on, man, I know you. Like I know all my ops. Like nigga, these are niggas I studied. Like you wasn't even a target to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you wasn't. Like Woody was a target. I know he gonna try to handle it, and I gotta get rid of that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain niggas that was on the opposite side that I knew was targets. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't one. He wasn't one. When he got the name and shit, of course, they attributed our beef to him. But nigga, it was really Big Boo and Club Crucial that night that tried to hit me with a ball after I punched one of them niggas out. You know what I'm saying? It was Big Boo. Rock Crew, shout out to Big Boo. I love you to death, man. He dead, but we niggas is forgetting about him. Like, so like for him to like poke his chest out on some cocky shit, like you dead. That shit like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? You tripping like come on, man. Like man, you can't artificial toy soldier me when I already know you. This is me. I know you. How the fuck you gonna trick me?
Okay. Again, I'm not in the streets. I know a little bit about Atlanta, but I don't know too much. Here's my perspective of Atlanta. And by the way, Woody had asked me for my number, so maybe I get Woody on here. I'm gonna send him my number. I want to say something, and I hope that this is the debate that we could have around this. Give me 1 second. Where are you at, Woody? Oh shit. Never mind. He messaged me. He said, "Ralo want to fight Thug." He said, "I lost your number," so I sent him the number. Oh my god. Is Ralo streaming? What's Ralo's Twitch? Oh, shit. Oh, they were streaming earlier. Ralo says he's down to fight him. Okay, we will see. Chat. And I do want this, you see, a lot of these street conversations, you get in this hazy category where you can't really talk real. So what Ralo is saying is that whatever y'all think of Thug, he's not that. Right? Like, he got in some trouble, but he's not like this big, mythical, killer, gangster, whatever figure. And I got questions for Ralo about that, not necessarily Thug. Obviously, we know this is, like, really sensitive because, the guy's on probation. We're also not trying to send nobody to jail. But here's the thing. Everything, so let me tell you what I've heard. I've talked to everybody who knows people. Nobody's ever told me Young Thug shot nobody. Ever in life. Nobody's ever told me Lil Baby shot nobody. Ever in life. Nobody's even told me that Lil Durk has shot nobody. Ever in life. However, I've heard these people have ran basically crime syndicates. Like, which means, if they got a problem with a nigga, they'll put money on their head. Somebody else gonna handle it. They'll have niggas with them that is active, this and third. And that's where I kind of look at Ralo, and I'm like, how far are you willing to go with this conversation? Because when you say Thug's not like that, well, if Thug had money in the streets and having niggas fucked up, getting killed, do whatever, is that not like that because he's not doing it himself, or is that like that? Because that's what the police claim. The police never said that Young Thug shot no one. They claim Young Thug put money in the streets to get people killed. And they claimed it was over 100 people that died as a result of his actions. Again, he was found, he took a plea. I'm going to just say, that's kind of the majority of rappers. It's only a few rappers that actually bust their guns. The rest of them, they don't like somebody, they put some money in the streets. Niggas see that person, they do what they do. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna only just respond to Ralo, and I would like clarification, but I don't know if there could be clarification because they're gonna get police work. To me, if Thug was using his rap money and he's in the streets and he's playing mob boss, cartel leader, like whatever he's trying to do, and he's getting people shot, killed, whatever, yes, maybe he's not like a tough guy that does it himself, but he's into that mode of crime and violence because he's funding it. And if you're saying it's just him, the majority of these people, right? Like, again, you know, obviously, Cyber's my homie, but still, like, I don't know about all the shit he's done, like, in the streets like that. Shit, I know he was involved in gunplay. He got shot. Maybe he was involved in shooting people. I don't know. When it came to Thug, from what I know, there's no allegations of him shooting nobody. There's no people supposedly alleged to shoot him. The point is that he got into a position, he started fucking with his YSL shit, and he started paying for niggas to get clapped. Which is kind of like, honestly, like, you know, I love Dirk too, but that's what they're accusing Dirk of. Then nobody's saying Dirk shot nobody. They're saying Dirk was stand on business that when niggas had to, when it's time to blah, blah, all right, niggas gotta go. And he was handling that. So my thing to Ralo is, do you consider niggas gangsta?
See, Thug made it.
Do you consider niggas gangsta if they're behind the scenes making it happen, or do you only respect the shooters? Because that's where Woody comes in. Woody is supposedly a guy who would actually be with the guns.